love it when I turn up the bass.
What happened, people?
Good evening.
All good?
Hello. Hello.
Welcome.
Alright. None of you know what we're doing tonight, do you?
No
You gotta come.
clue.
No.
Well, you all know about that hotel that was offered by the government. Basically, they can rent the entire hotel out.
£1,000,000.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they can get rid of all the staff and all that. Well, I've got a clip of it anyway for the people that ain't watched. So I'll just run this clip. It's only a short bit, but yeah.
Initially, I thought it was a joke because I heard from my receptionist that there was this company that they wanted to rent the entire hotel for 12 months, every single room booked. And it's not very often you get a phone call like that. So I actually called the company myself. And yes, in fact, that is what it was. And it was a company trying to source hotels for the asylum seekers or the refugees that are coming in, on the boats or by various different means.
Right, hang on.
Titagel is the historic.
I'm going to stop that, right? So you've all probably seen that, right? But you notice that who's gone, the migrants or the asylum seekers, rather than the criminals that are breaking the law by entering the country illegally. So instantly, they are criminals, right?
Yep.
Now, I was looking at that place because I thought, that looks like a posh fucking place, you know what I mean? And it's Camelot Castle. It's got links to King Arthur and, you know what I mean? Because back in the day and everything else.
I know.
And I was like, hang on a minute, right? So, you're a criminal. Our government now wants to put you up in a fucking hotel, right?
Castle.
That costs between, depending on what season you go, between £250 for a room and 460 quid for some of the rooms, yeah? Right, they want to put all these immigrants up in there. Not only that, the government told them, you can sack all your staff bar 3, we don't need cleaning up and all the rest of it. Right? So I started having a look at that hotel. And mate, it's fucking gorgeous. You know what I mean?
It is beautiful.
It is absolutely regal.
I mean,
270 degrees panoramic vista.
I think he goes on to say in the rest of the video about some other stuff that, so I don't want to...
Yeah, well, he's saying these bits about how basically what happens about damages, and the government are there going, sorry about damages, we'll pay for it all. So I'm like, right, hang on. This is costing us how much? So then I started playing with some, the figures and how much it's costing and everything else, and I worked out that if you was to rent every room in that hotel, right, in off-season, so it's the cheapest season like now, it costs £2,132.75 per day. Right? So then I was like, well, hang on. And he says for 12 months. So do the math on that, right? And you're looking just under £1 million quid. You're 700 and something thousand. Right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, 700 and something thousand. But
They
them
offered him
rooms,
$1 million, didn't they?
them rooms, right, only have 2 people in. So they've got 15 rooms and apartments, everything else. So the most that hotel is going to be able to hold is 20 people. So nearly £1 million quid for 20 people. I was thinking, fucking hell. How much does that do?
And at the end, they get a refurb.
Yeah.
Yes.
How can you refurbish that? There is artwork in that building and sculptures in that building that you'll never be able to fucking pay for.
Oh,
the priceless.
You'd take them out of the way, wouldn't you?
Oh.
What he should have done is taken $1 million, cameraed the fucker to death, I ran a 24/7 fucking live stream from there, multi-camera.
Don't know about you guys, but I would not stop in a hotel that's previously housed migrants. I'll just boycott them.
Fair dues to the bloke, though. He's stuck up for everything.
Well, I think he was like, hang on a minute, you're taking the fucking piss here. You now want to put criminals into a fucking kingdom. Because it was a king, he was a castle at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's King Arthur's castle.
Yeah. So criminals now can become fucking housed in king's residence. So, Charlie, fucking just let you know, mate. Don't be too sure Buckingham Palace ain't going to be having a fucking influx of migrants. You know what I mean? If they want to house them in royalty and fucking kingdoms, then Buckingham Palace should be on the cards. I'm sure they've got some spare rooms as well, ain't they?
How about Checkers? What about Checkers? You could stick them in there. You know what I mean? Oh, but that'd put Prime Minister out. You know what I mean? Tough.
Oh.
Let's start sticking them in these buildings that we're already paying for. That when they change the decor on them, we're already paying for. So stick them in them, and we don't care about you, Prime Minister, if you can't go for a little rest break at Checkers. We don't really care because you don't care about us, so we don't care about you. As a matter of fact, while you're in Checkers, I suppose you could rent your house out to these migrants. And it don't matter about the damage or your furniture. Be okay.
Well, they could rent out the second or third homes that they keep on claiming for, can't they? But,
yeah.
And then I went down this little rabbit hole of, hang on then, right? This is just one fucking hotel. That's nearly £1 million a year, just that one fucking hotel.
Yeah.
And then I'd look back, and I think it was 2019. 2019, there was something like 24 or 25 hotels being used in the UK to house criminals. Right?
40,000 was the
Right.
number a couple of years ago. You can at least probably double and treble that now.
Right.
Because they're in every day, unopposed. Maybe we need to oppose them and the government might listen. Oppose the invader.
Well, all we need to do is stop the hotels from accepting the money.
Well,
stop the
dude,
hotels.
As I was saying, right, in 2019, there was 24 to 25 of these hotels being used to house migrants, as they call them, asylum seekers, fucking whatever, right?
Illegal immigrants.
Criminals, right?
Yeah.
So there's 25. Now there's over 200 and something hotels being used. Now, I started looking at the figures again and I found this going, we're spending nearly £2 billion a year. 2 billion, not million, 2 billion on hotels for rooms for migrants. That's £4.7 million per day. Recently,
how many migrants are we housing? Because don't forget, it's £177 a week on top of that for each migrant.
Well, here's the thing. Recently, the government's just confirmed that between April 2021 and March of 2022, just under £1 billion was spent on hotel accommodation for 25,000 asylum seekers.
Okay, hell.
25,000 people, and they spent just under £1 billion. That works out as each one was spent £40,000. 40 grand per one of these cunts.
That's legal.
And don't forget, I think they haven't released the full figures, but weren't it in August there were over 30,000 have come in country since March?
Well,
Yeah. And I bet you that's a fucking lowball figure.
Well, this is February 2022, right? There was 25,000 asylum seekers, as they call them. Right? That's 40 grand per criminal. That's just hotel bill. That ain't the cost on top, right? So you start looking at how much do these people get? And according to this, right, asylum seekers only get paid an allowance of £39.63 per week, right? Right.
Fucking hell.
Not too sure about that. But
Yeah.
illegal immigration is estimated to cost us between £1 and £5.5 billion in lost taxes as well.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'll throw it away everywhere.
Yeah,
Why not?
it's just
Hemorrhage.
throwing off.
Why not?
Fucking.
We'll
Yeah,
print more.
calm down.
If money was blood, we are hemorrhaging.
Yeah, they're probably printing so much money that our money actually saved or money you have is worth absolutely next to nothing for what it was.
Holy
Yep.
shit, you're kidding. Apparently, Prince William owns Serco.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's got his farms in it.
I'd heard something.
But I'm looking at these figures, 2 billion here and 1 billion there, plus what we're losing. And that's just in hotels. This
Republic of Britain.
is
You're getting
unsustainable. And more to the point, who the fuck asked us whether we wanted to pay £2 billion a year for these cunts to be in hotels?
No
I
one.
must have been
Well,
out.
I ain't getting no memo.
Must
No,
have been
I don't
out,
need-
honestly.
So, where? Fuck, man. I
They
thought,
won't give us a referendum on it because look at that referendum when we asked if we wanted to stay or remain it. Well, leave the EU, remain or leave. You know that went down well, didn't it?
well, you see, the problem is with that, though, right, is because you don't know what you actually meant when you meant by leave.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know exactly what.
No,
you
you
No.
didn't,
No,
you
you
see.
did.
No,
Yeah,
you're too
Didn't
stupid to
know
know
whether it was a hard leave, a soft leave.
It was
A
a hard
semi-
semi-leave.
Yeah.
Fight!
We were told by Cameron we were leaving everything, including the common market, including all these add-ons that they keep
Yeah,
adding
but that
on.
don't matter, does it? Because
Well, think
Cameron
about
fucking
a
don't have to
deal.
deal with it.
You know,
No
And
deals.
also,
it was WTO. That's what we were told.
Yeah.
WTO.
WTO all the
Why
way.
haven't we got WTO?
Well, the same reason
Took
why we
5
keep them
years to
spent.
keep us in it through a coup of the government. And now we've got talk of Biden going on about the US being the Americas. And you've got all these people with no borders. We've heard little inklings that Truss is going to have like an EU meeting and, you know, we're going to join. Oh, just, we've got a bunch of traitors that are not for this country. They're not for the people of this country.
Well, there you go. SK Racing says Churchill's grandson owns Serco, so there's a
Yeah, because Churchill was never known for doing any backhanders with anybody at all, was he?
no.
I mean,
Cigar sometimes.
this is some big fucking numbers here, right? And this is per year.
Mate.
We're hemorrhaging. I mean, if you took the highest figures of both of these, we're hemorrhaging just on fucking housing these cunts and having them in the country. £7.5 billion a year.
it's
Yeah.
eye-watering.
Right. And yeah, and we've got our old age pensioners struggling to eat the houses and eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, not just our old age pensioners.
I mean, 40 grand a year these are getting. 40 grand?
What is it pensioners are getting? 7 grand? Something like that.
Okay.
7 grand a year they get.
Why aren't we holding the government to account? And why can't we?
Yeah, this is the question. Why can't we? I mean, I keep always hearing this. Well, when you vote no,
Voting
That's
ain't
not
going to
really-
solve this.
no,
No.
and it doesn't hold the governments to account. Why haven't we got a committee that states, right, enough's enough. You need to be dragged out here and you need to tell the people why and what you're paying for.
I mean, I wonder.
I mean, don't forget, it's all supposed to be all up front. No backhanders, no
There's no opposition. And there's not a uni party that sticks up for the citizens of this country.
It doesn't matter about a party or anything anyway, because they're all fucking bought and paid for. No matter which face you see, it's all bought and paid for. The problem
they will
we've got
never
here,
allow opposition. They will never allow it.
I mean,
They
how
will
many
stamp
people?
it out, buy it out, or do whatever. These people are corrupt criminals.
Yeah, and
And
they're
that's
immune
what
from
they've
prosecution.
turned out to be. And worse.
How many people fucking know that these are the figures that we're talking about? You know what I mean? This is the actual cost of just housing these illegals.
Well, if you bring it up, you're branded a racist.
Yeah, well, they'll pick anything to do you in.
You know, they won't look at it objectively that, well, we're hemorrhaging money here and we can't afford it. We're throwing billions at Ukraine. The pound's fucking tanked.
Yeah.
The housing market's about to go fucking bomb.
Well, you've got the immigrants, and you've also got foreign aid.
Oh, we're still paying that.
Of course we are.
Gifting money to Pakistan and all over places.
And Ukraine, as we said, we as British citizens are getting fucked from left, right, and centre. Morally,
when you
and
think
as
about
citizens, we're not being looked after.
In Europe, we are the worst pension scheme or payment for pensions in the whole of Europe. We have the worst. And yet here we are, dishing money out to
left, right, and centre, like water.
It's wrong.
Well, between spending £39 billion with a B, not an M, on a fucking app that was bollocks, spending £7 billion, or rather losing £7 billion a year for having these criminals on our borders, fucking invading.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just the tip of the iceberg where that comes to, because there's also a lot of other costs. How much of the cost us in legal aid?
Yeah, they're not telling you that. And here's another thing. They turn around and say that they contribute to the economy. How many of these migrants have got doctors and nurses and?
Well, they've got powerful lobby groups behind them, haven't they? That fund them from left, right, and centre through our money.
Right. So you think about it. These people that are here are never ever they're gonna be in them wages where they don't earn enough to pay tax. So they'll never ever pay the debt off that they've incurred by breaking into this country. So at the end of the day, how the hell they can turn around and say like they're contributing to this country, I don't know. These politicians are living in cuckoo land.
Well, what it is they're the new slave. They're the new slaves to Labour. So what they're doing is they're going around doing Just Eat and Deliveroo. Just what the higher ups wanted. You know, they wanted some slave to deliver to the door.
Didn't want countries. They want borderless countries. This is what they're telling you.
Yeah,
fuck you lot. We're going to invade you. We're going to fuck you. Know, no borders, no countries. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, and don't forget these fuckers when they come there. Don't forget they're giving doctors already appointments. The dentists have their teeth repaired.
SK Racing put it in. The translation telephone services that they have used to speak to the councils, the lawyers, the doctors, etc. £300 for 15 minutes. Think how many of those calls are made?
Fucking hell.
I bet it's a minimum of 15 minutes.
And
£300 for an interpreter.
Translator, costs, etc.
Okay, either or. Fucking hell.
Just think of that. It'll be a migrant that's translating for the other migrant.
Imagine the amount of fucking different countries that they've got to translate and have translators for.
But
yeah, and the interpreter service is a whole other ballgame.
Non-violent extremists. I don't blame the majority of the migrants. I blame the government, the local councils. Yeah, I blame the government. I blame the local councils. And I don't blame migrants because migrants are somebody who's come here legally. I've got a problem with criminals fucking getting into the country and milking the fuck out of the system because our government are that fucking mansy-pansy that they can't just go, I'll tell you what, cons, you broke into the country, it's like breaking into Fort fucking Knox in America, innit? You put your finger in, you fucked it, get in the cage until we can fuck you back off. You shouldn't be put up in an hotel, you should be put in prison.
Yeah, they're rewarding them for coming over.
It's ridiculous.
We are being invaded.
I mean,
yeah, you think about it. You know, they're sending photos with these new iPhones that they've got, top-notch trainers and whatnot, and all gear. They're sending it back to the families back in their own country, saying, "Look what we're giving free. Need to get over here." You know what I mean? It's all free. It's all good.
And don't forget, some of them who can stay can bring their dependents and fucking people as well.
oh, and FYI, if you think all these dinghy divers fucking are broke, you're mistaken because it's cost them at least $1,500 to $5,000 for them to get on the fucking boat. Where did they rob that money from? If they're that poor, so you know, where did it come from? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the caravan of fucking light to go through next, haven't we?
Do you?
Go on.
What is it, 100,000 of them have left Turkey. They've now hit the Greece border 2 days ago.
The Greek border police will stop them. What Greek border?
100,000?
I saw the march. It was
one
like,
machine gun firing blanks, and they'll all run.
Yeah. But no, that ain't a solution, though, is it? I mean, what we need to do is keep these people in their own countries. If you break into my country, then you shouldn't be allowed in my country because you obviously don't respect the laws and the rules. I mean, when I go to another country, I have to fucking pay for the ticket, fucking give me my passport, do all the legal requirements for me to visit that country. And when that country don't want me there anymore, I have to fucking leave.
And find the country that the fuckers are from for letting them invade our country.
Or change your number plate, say free.
There you go.
Especially past the tour I fell.
Who said they wanted to go to America? There you go. Go on a plane. Bob on it. Put in your passport. Job's a good one. You can stay there.
I'm starting to consider it.
Oh, I'm wondering why I pay fucking, like, what is it, 90 quid for a passport? Because obviously you can just go anywhere you want nowadays and stay there and just milk the system.
Mm.
I mean, it's no idea. Why don't we go out on a boat to France, fucking get on a dinghy, come back, you know what I mean, no ID. Do you reckon we get put up in a hotel?
No.
Gonna
Well,
need some boot polish or something.
And why would they spend $5,000 getting across here on a boat when a plane ticket's probably a lot fucking cheaper? Because they're illegal.
Yeah. Because the minute they come in on plane, they can be sent back out on next plane.
ah,
Because to get on a plane, you have to use your papers. You get on that
And then
plane,
our Supreme Court goes against us trying to get them back out when they've come across on the boat. You couldn't make it up. You fucking couldn't make it up.
Well, at the end of the day, like I say, it's what you call it. When they come in by airport, when they come through that checkout, they've got the papers with them. And if, like, they've got relatives here, why here? Well, I'm an economic migrant. They're going to say,
Well, they're told to throw away the stuff, aren't they, that identifies them?
Well, they do a film, weren't they, in harbour, ripping the passports up and chucking them in water and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seen that?
Just as there was getting put onto dry land, just dash the stuff
There's
in the
the boat,
fucking thing.
boys. Throw
The
your
one-
stuff.
The one guy wasn't drowning. He had like a sheepish, he had a sheepish look on his face. He was threw it in the water and like smile, like,
Hey.
oh fuck, I forgot to do that.
I've heard that command before. The command went, right, boys, we've got to eat and smoke everything right now.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I just.
But like,
There's got to be a couple of iPhones at the bottom of the ocean now.
Oh.
no.
Hey, would be worth going rescuing them.
You see them? They're filming themselves. You know, like, look, we've broke into England. You know, the Germans didn't manage it all them years ago, but we did it on dinghies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not only that.
Yeah, what are they?
Help.
They're the new Vikings, aren't they? They're coming over here to rape and pillage.
I mean, they found up the old bill and fucking tell them that they're on the way.
Not allegedly, it's fucking true.
No, it's allegedly.
Oh.
Raping and shit like that. You can't label everyone that comes across a rapist.
No, but you can label everyone that comes
Allegedly.
across criminal.
Oh yeah.
Again,
You come
Yeah.
across illegally, you're a criminal. Period.
Yes.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
one of y'all just adopt me.
Well, Kat, if you want to come over here, get on a plane, Doc. You know, get on a plane, come over. You know, class yourself as an economic migrant, you'll be fine.
Even the BBC, I heard this the other day. The BBC did a like a mini documentary thing over in France, and it's not worse than we think. It's just like adding to. It can't get any worse anyway, so you might as well pile more on top. The French are taking. They are busing the migrants from Dunkirk down to Dover. There they hide in a place called, I think it's the bunkers. Hide is hide.
yeah, used to be the
Squad.
jungle.
They wait for the diggies to turn up, and over they go, and then they get escorted over there, obviously by the French Navy, and then once they're there, there's
for Calais, allegedly.
sorry, Calais, not Dover. You know what I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Well, you'll think about, we're talking about money. How much should we get these French cunts?
125 million.
Plus,
To buy more dinghies.
A total like every 6 months.
No, we started off with they wanted 50 million for us to implement our borders and shit over there, if you remember that. Then they says, oh, we need another 25 million so we can make sure that these people don't get to you. So we give them
Two
that.
gunboats.
And then they
Two
says,
gunboats. Surely that'd work.
Do you think this money that we're gifting them is just our government's way of paying the E EU?
well, we already do, don't we?
Money, we give them drones as well.
Yeah.
I think he means pay them to give us the migrants.
Is in like vassal state still in the EU membership, giving them money?
Well, no, we signed something that went along the way. Yeah, we'll keep taking refugees, and they've said, well, we'll do it that way.
Well, at the end of the day, I think what we need is all these agreements to be ripped up, and all these refugees that aren't refugees, that are criminals, all put back on a big boat, sent back to France, and go, no, they're yours, not us, ta-da!
Yeah, we screwed over the EU by voting to leave. So now the EU and the government are screwing us over, us normal working class people over,
no, I'd
by
completely
flooding the
disagree.
market.
I completely disagree, mate.
France.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's got fuck all to do with Brexit. Brexit, no Brexit. This is always going to happen, and the destruction of our country was not hinged upon Brexit or no Brexit or Conservative or Labour. The false dichotomy that we've spoken about many times. The charade of democracy and voting making any difference, as Free State alluded to, I think, before we came on. It's just bollocks, all of it. It's all designed. It's all on purpose. Doesn't
All
matter
by
who
the
we
elite.
get in.
You're gonna get fucked.
WEF,
Here's one. Fucking
NWO.
non-violent extremists coming out of ISIS to protect our borders. Well, there are 36,000 of them on a watch list that we know about. I think that was the last number. So it's nearly half our military, ain't it?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
Leaving us to civilians.
fucking-
What we need to do is we need to get some boats, and when they float them over, then we hook them up, take them back to France. I mean, there's no borders, according to the French, because they keep escorting them this way, and we'll just keep escorting them back.
Oh, you'll get arrested by WEF, NWO, sorry, the British government.
No,
Yes, so hang on. Oh no, these guys want to come here. Yeah. No, ignore me.
No, I was just going on the same live and
Yeah,
film show.
yeah.
What's stopping us from fucking off over to France without any passports or anything?
Well, one start is you won't get very far, and the minute you open your Godfrey, you're done.
Boy, how fair that?
And you'll get thrown in a prison, and you're white. You're the wrong colour.
I don't know. Would you? French don't really like us, do they? No, I don't really like them
At
either.
this
So.
moment in time, mate, I'm not a fan of French either.
Whoever is.
We should
Well,
fine them for every one we take. Every fucking one. Here's the cost for the fucking boat, and here's the fucking cost
Recommend.
for trying to
Well-
invade our country with these fuckers.
Well, thing is, if we're paying France all these millions of pounds and they're not actually doing it, they're actually running them up buses just to piss or shit all over us, well then let's not give them any money. Simple as.
Oh, you can't do that, though.
Well, yeah, we can. I mean, I could find something better to spend 120 fucking million on.
Yeah, but
Yeah, let them have our gas as well.
Yeah, but-
Oh, they do.
look at it this way, right? It's 125 million that they spent on that. You know, compare that with the 39 billion that they spent on that fucking app.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I mean, I could
no,
find a
there's
lot
twice
better to
was
spend
paid
that
them,
on,
innit?
yeah. But
Hey.
it's thing. I mean, we definitely we need an audit of this government and
We've
Wales
said that
government and the Scottish
week after
government.
week.
I don't believe the general public fucking knows and understands the actual cost of these criminals that are invading our borders. They just see them as,
And the
oh,
elite.
the people, oh, they need help. No, they're not refugees. Not at all. That stopped happening 5 countries ago. Yeah?
Hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
They are criminals that are breaking into the country and costing this country an absolute fucking fortune.
Let in
An
by
arm and a leg.
criminals who are letting them do it.
Man, did you see that video of that stupid migrant that jumped on that lorry? And instead of coming to England, he realised he was going to Germany.
Unlucky.
That was funny. I mean, but yeah, the driver showed photographs. He was not impressed. He was going to Germany. And he slowed down and he said to the migrant, he says, jump, otherwise you're going all the way to Germany because I ain't stopping. So this migrant jumped off, but he did a fair bit of damage to the lorry, this migrant, to show how appreciative he was that he was going the wrong way.
Tied him up and shit on his head.
Yep, someone else's fault he's going the wrong way, obviously.
Yeah. But it just goes to show you, doesn't it, that these migrants are only coming here for one thing, and that's to screw the system. They're not.
Obviously.
You know, yeah.
What else?
Well, there's no background check, is there? We don't even
Yeah, that's
know
right.
the fuck we're letting in here.
You're living
Yeah.
in North Africa. You say you mate, hey, do you fancy a chance of, staying in a castle for 4 months? We're all going on a summer holiday.
Summer holiday.
Can I just
No,
pose a
we're
question
working.
to you? If
Yeah, go on.
Asda, Sainsbury's, and Tesco has decided, okay, we're going to give you free food for the next 10 years, are you going to take advantage of it or not?
Of course, yeah.
Exactly. That's what they're doing. We're giving
Do I get
away
a club
free
card?
stuff, so they're taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You'll get a club card with that.
Yeah.
See, you've seen that because you use rational fucking thought. I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
failing
don't
to
use
understand
common
is
sense.
why the fucking, rest of the country ain't going, this is a problem. Let's not get, you know what I mean? There's lots of fucking problems in this country and we're losing money hand over fist. I mean,
A lot of people live in a bubble, don't they?
and
Yep.
I mean,
Spain, Italy,
it's that
they're in
bad
the
they're
same
even
boat.
advertising it abroad.
France, same boat.
Well, thing is, isn't it? I mean, Bank of England said it's going to put interest rates up extremely higher than it wants to. Now, I can safely say these houses that have people that have got mortgages, I'm one of them. We're going to be well impressed when our mortgage rates go up, and we see all this money going to waste because the Bank of England is putting the interest rate up to sort
You'll
the
have
economy.
nothing and you'll be happy.
Yeah.
yeah, not only that, dude, your house is about to drop 30% of its value.
No problem, mate.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, is it? The housing prices are coming down, are they?
Yeah, the housing market's about to
Oh,
fucking
yes.
start seeing a drop in prices.
I'm happy
Fucking
because I'm a buyer.
estimating
About to
between.
buy.
Unfortunately, you will not even get anywhere near to buy one. Unfortunately for you, because you won't have the money.
If the market crashes,
Oh.
Last estimate was between 30 to 40%. The price of your house is going to devalue by.
Yeah, and it don't make any odds. You see, my house price has increased. Well, I'll give you a pretend because I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for this house. We'll say we bought this house for 100 grand. My house at this moment in time is worth 270 grand. So it can devalue down to 100 grand because at the end of the day, that's all I paid for it.
Yeah, that's because you're one of the lucky ones. You ain't one of these people that have just bought a house that cost £400,000 when it actually is only worth 200 grand.
Yep.
But you still got a
Wait,
mortgage of
can you look at the
£400,000 to pay on it.
Yes.
And them
Don't worry.
people lose everything.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
don't move.
BlackRock will buy your house and
Don't
rent it
lose.
to you.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, there's a couple that's just bought an house up road, and I know how much they paid for that. And what is it? 20% they had to put down. So that was a fair chunk of money they had to chuck, and they paid $290 for it.
No, this
Now
is. It's all a knock-on effect. I mean, we're hemorrhaging fucking cash left, right, and centre. The things that could be done to stop hemorrhaging this cash are not being done because it suits the powers that be to get slave labour and cheap labour into it. Which is why these immigrants are being, allowed to criminally enter.
Yeah, but the point is, this cheap labour doesn't pay bills. You know what I mean?
no, it doesn't. They're spending now and they're borrowing from tomorrow.
Yeah, but
So your
nobody
kids,
will have anything
grandkids.
tomorrow.
Yeah, but eventually all these criminals that have invaded, right, will settle down and start becoming, drains on the society again. But their kids might not be.
Or
Really?
might be worse, blow shit up.
You know what I mean? That's the way they see shit.
I'm seeing them as a plague of locusts. Once they've consumed this field, they'll move on to the next.
No, you're right.
Coming a plague. That's what it's exactly coming, the plague.
The money
Yeah.
ain't earned by
He's
that
right.
cheap labour leaves.
Yeah.
Oh. Is the £10 pom coming back around again? And who the fuck could go to Australia now?
Oh, fuck no. Not that in Canada. Imagine winning that on a game show. Fuck that.
I mean, we also know Australia fucking dealt with the plan.
Yeah.
Full
like
force.
But it's what you call it, isn't it? At the end of the day, if this government, if that's what it's after, cheap labour again. You know, people that aren't earning enough money don't pay the bills. So everything goes, and that includes your politicians, because they can't be still on 80 grand a year, because at the end of the day, there's no money to pay them 80 grand a year. There'd be no money
Reopening
to
the
pay
coal
them
mines again.
the houses and shit like that.
Yeah. Trust me, mate, they'll be the last ones to take a pay cut.
Well, they won't have a choice, will they? Because what'll actually have to
Oh, the
happen
world
is-
will print some more money.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, I think we need to put a what you call it on them. You know, if you don't do your job correctly, you have to pay us. So I
Again,
think,
they don't give a fuck.
well,
They're
yeah,
trying
we
to
know
take
that.
over the world and make it borderless. They want it like the Wild fucking West. Have you seen parts of America? It's like the fucking Wild West. You're meant to live in the Wild West now. Good luck to you all. Oh, and by the way, you're not allowed to defend yourself.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Wait for the new mortgage agreements to include a £250 fine, that which PayPal
At
slipped.
2,500.
Yeah.
2,500.
Yeah.
They backtracked very quickly.
I hope
Yeah.
they're still taking.
Well,
it.
yeah. Did you see the shares? How much their
Yeah.
stock's worth now? They lost billions.
Yeah. But what banks will, because people will say, you know, we're not banking with you.
Yeah, but it's not really them that's using the money, it's their shareholders that are using the money.
Yeah.
It's a publicly traded company. I mean, just like Serco.
Yeah.
Knowing who owns what now is hard to say because it's a publicly traded company.
Yeah. That's the problem, innit? We all know. Oh, what were it? That's right. Selling off our gas infrastructure to the Aussies. And we all know who the Aussies love, don't we? Yes.
China!
And
Yeah.
Japan.
And that's who'll end up with it. Now, why aren't we being allowed, the members of public, to buy into that? Why are we being bypassed to sell it to Australia? Why can't the members of public, why can't that be floated up and we can all buy shares in it and we can keep it as is? It sounds to me that it sounds very, very like to me that somebody's getting a backhander out of this.
It's a
Or
rigged
more like-
market.
Or more like they're just trying to keep us down.
It's a
And
rigged
Who
market.
do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler?
Well, talking about the gas and all of that, I don't know how true this is. I only heard it today and I didn't double check it. But you know, the EU have banned gas imports from Russia, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they haven't banned from Russia is the energy supplied by nuclear.
Oh,
That's
right.
that's still going on.
Huh.
Well,
Strange,
yeah.
that.
Well, there are countries that are making lots of money out of this. You can't buy gas from Russia, but you can from Brazil.
Proxy.
Exactly. Russia's
Well,
selling
for
gas
now
to
you
Brazil.
do.
Brazil
But
selling it to
Jair
Brazil.
Bolsonaro, by the looks of it, they've got trouble. He's got trouble because his opponent is backed by these communist NWO, WEF people. And he was way ahead in the last polls. And he was way ahead towards the end of that vote, where two of them went through, him and the communists. And it just makes you think, well, what's the point? Because he ended up losing by about 4 points. And I thought, well, that's exactly what happened to fucking Trump. Exactly what happened to Trump. You get any of those fucking machines by Wi-Fi, and you can fix anything you fucking like.
Yeah, those machines that are air gapped,
Allegedly.
that don't have a network connection.
Yeah.
Ah, but they were proved that that was not quite,
True.
you know, they didn't get to investigate them, if you remember. In
I know.
fact, the bloke that got one was fucking arrested.
They were air gapped in name only. There was a thing.
Any
that
money
the
they
guy,
went over
the guy changed the
Wi-Fi.
vote. He took a blank vote and voted for both people.
And handicapped. So one vote apparently for Trump would be worth what 0.5, and one for Biden would be 1.5. So there's a handicap system. Then they've got a voter roll database. There's all sorts that can go on with these machines. For fuck's sake! Well, look at technology these days.
I think it was in Nevada. They did a test on the machine and they put a blank vote in and got it to vote for both parties, and the machines didn't detect any problem with it.
Well, then
This is from a machine that's air gapped. You can't get to it apparently, but of course you can.
I'm sure I've seen them in like a Senate type thing when this was all going off. And because I've just logged into that one in fucking like Michigan or wherever the fuck it was. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it was Germany at the point of the presidential, if I remember rightly. There was something to do with Germany. And
That was
that
at the
was
rigging.
the
That was
cause
the
of the
rigging
Wi-Fi
part.
job.
Yeah, and we were involved in that, and so was Italy. I mean, we the country, not we the people.
Well,
Yeah, definitely not us, the people.
well, let's be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, it's something's going off with all these voting stuff, and that it needs proper people to check on people while they're counting these. And if they're found to be cheating, then the person that's held the cheating should be shot on sight. Just say.
Stricter COVID apparently is going to be sort of pushed by the Biden regime, apparently, allegedly, whatever you say. But
Has it got
that's
anything to
another
do with
rumor I've heard.
them having considerable shares in Pfizer?
Oh,
Who's got Jason Farser?
That'll be after the Senate,
Oh,
any.
The whole shaboodle
dear.
and icing on the top.
Because they made some really funny admissions the last week.
Yeah. Strange.
Nobody noticed. Please don't notice.
Yeah.
We
but
conned you all.
we can't mention anything to do with that because obviously the algorithm doesn't like you spreading
Doesn't
the
like
truth.
misinformation.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking.
Yeah.
Well, we all know the score.
Bit of misinformation, you lose your PayPal. Oh no, you don't anymore.
You get a fine. But yeah. Russell Brand's been doing some interesting work on Rumble.
Aye.
Oh,
Fucking pointing out certain things about the Pfizer regime and the way they've been doing stuff. But yeah, it's well
been
worth looking at.
fascinating watching him catch up.
It's been so long since I agreed with him.
Yeah,
But he seems to have turned the corner, but you know what I mean. He's still one of
I
them.
don't
You know
know.
what I mean?
coming up from
yeah, I'm
behind.
not certain.
Well, it was quite funny when he actually red pilled himself because you could see the cogs turn and the expression on his face. I remember watching it when the cogs turned and his eyes sort of rolled and he went, "What?
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, what the fuck have I just said? Hang on a minute, let me backtrack that." And he's like, you could see it in his face. He's backtracking
What?
on what
Come
he
on.
just said. And he went, "No, that's not right." And you could see that he'd red pilled himself because he didn't realise he'd done it.
He's been trying to catch up ever since, and fair dues, he's coming up on the rails.
But like it were funny, I nearly fell off chair laughing because it, when you see this guy talking away, he is permanently talking and waving his arms about.
Yeah.
And,
He's not
and the minute
Mongo.
he red pilled himself, he were like, "Well, is he froze or something?" You know what I mean? But and he had it. He were like, "Shit."
As the penny dropped.
Yeah, like it was quite funny,
Staring into space.
Yeah, it was like for a guy that always never shuts up. Come on, let's see what's actually.
Come on, Russell, there's a bit of fucking white noise going on here. Speak.
Yeah, but he did. He sort of sat back in his chair and sort of went, "Yeah, okay."
Well, think what?
Mm.
Yeah,
But like,
well,
have you noticed all this shit's going on? We're not actually getting abreast. We're catching up with all these documents that are coming out from Pfizer and that. You noticed how quiet that's gone? Nobody seems to be talking about it.
Have you ever mentioned it to somebody? They look at you with a blank fucking stare. Have you read the Pfizer documents? The stuff you had in your arms? Dime bar? No. The Pfizer documents. Dime bar.
Matthew McConaughey.
No. And you just end up having to walk away. It's like talking to a fucking Connect 4 fucking frame.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it is. I think it's getting scary. It's starting getting worrying. You know,
oh,
what
there's
the hell can we do?
Nothing.
Oh, God.
yeah, well,
It's like subhumans and mongs are taking over the earth.
But no,
yeah. But
just don't know
there
what,
is,
what can we do? But don't forget, here in the UK, we're not allowed to have guns, unlike in America. The Americans, if you're watching, don't let them take your guns because that's
Please,
when you
whatever you do, do not let them.
I can't see that happening.
Well,
And they're in a castle doctrine state.
Unlike us, they've got a
And then again,
constitution.
when you think about it, yeah, we're not allowed to have guns in this country, but I think haven't we got that huge amount of gun crime and knife crime?
Yeah, it's amazing how the criminals get hold of them, isn't it?
Oh, aye.
Yeah, well, they don't follow rules and licenses and shit.
Well, that's it.
You shouldn't
mean-
say that, you fucking bigot.
Yeah. Another version of common sense. Fucking silly boy.
Yeah.
That's half the fucking problem. Common sense ain't that common anymore. And these fuckers that are running us are just like, yeah, well, we're just going to do what our paymasters tell us to do. I don't care that I can see what I'm doing and it's all just going to shit. Because they can obviously see what they're doing. But all they're thinking is, my paymasters are fucking paying me, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know in Chicago, part of the law over there, they've changed a lot of rules for what's arrestable, what can be used as bail funds. So there's certain crimes that do not now need a bail for. And one of them was home invasion. You just got to let them fucking stay there. You can't even get them out. The police won't do fuck all about it because it's in these rules that they're allowed now to get away. The Wild West, I told you, they want an unruly society. Well, we're British. We're not going to take that. We will not take that. And our backs, obviously, I can't be at the wall yet because there's still people walking around still like fucking zombies. They haven't fucking egged on anything going on in the fucking world.
All right, Paz. Paz isn't live.
Evening, Paz.
Evening,
Hello,
Paz.
Paz.
Evening.
Time is everything, eh?
Yeah, timing. Just as we're about to wind up.
So, I named this stream the tip of the iceberg because I think when you start scratching at just how much these people are costing us, and they shouldn't even be here, they are fucking illegals. You know what I mean?
Invaders.
I think when you start, scratching the surface, you'll start to understand just how big of a fucking debt and a problem that these people are becoming to the country.
You've got to talk with each other and your community about what's going on out there. If you know what's going on, start flicking hints at people. We need people to wake up to what's going on in our country.
Well, it's for this, right? How much?
Hey,
About 7 billion it's costing us a year to these migrants. Yeah.
Yeah. On the maximum side of it, the costing, or we got a deficit of 7.5 billion on the maximum.
Right.
Billion.
Well, think about this then. So we'll round it off at 7 billion. Yeah. 7 billion. The interest rate on 7 billion. So add that to your 7 billion.
And foreign
Don't
aid.
forget, we haven't got the money. We're borrowing. All the time we're borrowing. So you add that on top of your 7 billion, and then add the last few years, the amount of money to that. At this moment in time, we've probably got I don't know. Well, I mean, what? I think has interest gone up that we pay because it worse. We got a low interest, didn't we? 2%. I think that's gone up now because of the bad judgment on the so-called lowering the taxes thing.
Whoa.
So it might have gone up on money that we're borrowing now. So you add that 2% of about I don't know, last couple of years. So we'll say about 20 billion. Just for a rough guess. So that's 20 billion plus interest. You know, it's
Oh God,
yeah, and don't forget,
it's eye-watering.
yeah,
Yeah, well,
it's never going to get any. But how much do we actually owe? What is it? I think we're nearly 3 trillion now, aren't we? Not far off from it. So we owe £3 trillion at 2%. Just think of that. And we just should keep opening gates and letting people in and keep doing this.
Don't think of that, bigots.
well,
Right.
if that's the case, right? So did we borrow the 39 billion for that app?
Yeah. Of course we did.
And how much would that
Don't-
be interest-wise? Fucking by
I
the
wanna
time we
see how
pay
they
for that.
spent that 39 billion.
You think about it, it's just like we're borrowing money on top of money that we've already borrowed. It's a bit like a credit card. Remember when if you borrow, I don't know, transfer money from one credit card to you get a nice little interest rate. But the money that
But
you've
don't
already
forget,
borrowed,
other people are spending that money for you.
yeah, that money you've borrowed to transfer, right? And say you use your credit card, and that money's at that percentage of interest, like normal, like we'll say 10%, yeah, and that's a cheap credit card if you get one, right? You'll pay the low interest off first, and the high interest will be last.
Yep.
So you keep milking you and keep you in debt, and that's what's happening with this country.
In perpetuity.
Yeah, it's like, and our politicians, if our politicians, if we could prove that our politicians know this and they're doing this, we could actually have them prosecuted for it. But we can't prove it because they'll say, no, we did the Barrett man. No, you're telling us to tighten our belts and live within our means. It's time you fuckers live within your means.
How much is our country owed, though? I know we've got a debt, but we're also owed a shitload of fucking money as well.
We are.
9 trillion we're owed.
So
And
we're in
Yeah.
debt of 2 trillion, but we're owed 9 trillion. So we're 7 trillion up.
If we
Well-
ever ask for it back, they'd probably say no.
Yeah. And we run right round in circle too.
Well, the problem is
Fucking
it's like anything. When we borrow other countries' money that we've borrowed, don't forget we borrowed the money to borrow these. Their country puts part of their country up as if they don't pay, we take away. You know what I mean? So
Take away what?
well, if they've got gas or oil or out like that, then we take it away to pay for the debt, and they agree
Right.
to that.
They can still declare war.
Like the
Well,
French and the
yeah,
coal with
well-
the Germans after the First World War.
Mm.
You will pay your debt. We'll take your coal.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know, say against Southern Ireland, how much do they owe us? Matter of fact, how much? I mean, at one point, if you remember, we were paying for their abortions because they had a law against having an abortion in Southern Ireland. So they were coming over to England, and us suckers were paying for it. But that's okay. That's so shush. No,
Shush it.
problem.
I ain't too bothered about that in comparison with the fucking illegal dinghy divers.
No.
You know what I mean?
Invaders.
At least they're part of the fucking country.
No pun intended, but it's a drop in the fucking Solent.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, well.
But it all mounts up. Every penny mounts up. You think about it. I mean, you're told to tighten your belts so we can give any taxes that you've paid to whoever we like to put this country back into debt. And don't forget, we had our debts paid off. We were under control.
Yep.
And then
Until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You can't fuck the
You'll
country
own
up, can you?
nothing and you'll be happy.
Like Echo's
Let me
like.
get into
I
the-
already own nothing, and I'm not very happy.
One
I'm
day
fucking
we'll be
stressed.
able to get into the scandemic. One day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just remember your government loves you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're your government. We're here to help. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love us slaving away.
Love milking you fucking dry.
Yeah.
Already, never want to hear.
But anyway.
Hi, I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
Oh,
600 pieces
Ronald
of shit in a
Reagan.
birdcage.
Yeah. So come along and join us on Discord.
Yeah.
Have a nice chat with us. We're a lot nicer on Discord. No, we're not. We're just
No.
saying there's no difference.
No, we only one on Discord.
Pretty much just
Take them
bored
easy.
shitless of the state of this country, the state of the world, apathetic to the whole fucking thing, 'cause it doesn't mean to. Nothing we seem to do
Say
makes
good
a
night,
fucking
children.
difference.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was it.
So if you like this, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a comment. Catch you later.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're out.
ugh, I feel
Fucking-
sick.
Oh, easy, Tiger. Yep, links in the description anyway. For Discord, I dare say they'll be floating around in the chat. And we shall be back on Saturday, if it's all kosher. So, yeah, man.
Oy vey.
I think we're good, ain't
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Yeah, goodbye, everybody.
See you later, people.
Say goodbye,
Ta-da.
Bungle.